A very good evening to one and all present here. I, Neda Jamil, the Assistant Manager, IFIM College Admissions and the alumna of IFIM College and your host for the evening. Let me take this opportunity to thank you all for dedicating your precious time. I'm so happy to welcome you to this inaugural public lecture series being conducted by IFIM College, Bangalore. This public lecture series will have 4 sessions. This evening, we start with the session on how NFT changes finance market dynamics. A trending discussion will be described for an hour, which will help you to understand better. Now, I take the privilege to introduce you all to the speaker of the evening, Dr. James Thomas. Dr. James Thomas is a professor and a program head commerce at IFIM College, autonomous and affiliated to Bangalore University in Bangalore. He received his doctorate from Bharati Southern University, Trichy, in the area of leverage, learnings, and dividend. Dr. James Thomas has 30 years of experience in academics and research and development. Dr. James completed his Master of Philosophy from Madurai Kamraj University in the area of merger and acquisitions. He's a dual master's too. Completed his Masters of Business Administration from Annamalai University in e-business as specialization and Masters in Commerce from MG University Finance as specialization. He had completed his bachelor's degree BCom from MG University in Finance and Accounts as major subjects. He is renowned author and authored more than 10 books with 30 articles published in India and internationally. His main focus area of research is business organization, accounting disclosure, research management, investment management, performance management, corporate social accounting, green accounting, capital structure decisions, as well as mergers and acquisitions. Dr. James adheres his credit being a member in various academic bodies and research and development councils too. And he is as also a very well-known speaker of economics and beloved professor of IFIM College. So before we start with the session, let me lay down some golden rules to all of us attending the session. Your camera and mics are off. You can use the chat box for communicating to us. You can drop your questions in the chat box during this session. We'll have Q&A at the end of the session where your queries will be answered. So now, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neda. So let me start. Today, I would like to give you some input basically on non-fungible tokens. What is this non-fungible token means? You must be knowing very well that today the markets moves in a digital way, or in other word, everything goes in a digital markets, or in other word, all your activities are on a digital platforms. And as the technology increases or as the technology changes and the involvement of the digital concept is increasing day by day, in every walks of life we will find that this digital concepts is increasing day by day. So in addition to this concept of non-fungible token comes into picture. Now, what is this non-fungible token means? It is to understand the non-fungible token, we should know the meaning of the word fungibility. The word fungibility means replacement or it can be interchangeables. Non-fungibility means cannot be replaced. Now, for example, say I am holding 2000 currency notes. I can hold this 2000 currency notes as a 2001 notes of 2000 rupees, or I can hold 504 currency notes. The value is one and the same, but it is interchangeable for the value. But whereas, suppose if I have a painting, say for example, here I give an example of the world famous painting of Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. And it is a famous art collection which is there in the art gallery of Louvre Art Gallery in France under the French government. Now the price of this art is very, very precious because it is a unique product. It is a unique paintings. You cannot replace or you cannot interchange this painting with any other paintings. So that is the reason why with fungibility means it can be replaced, but non-fungibility, it cannot be replaced. It is unique in nature. So this concept of fungibility comes into picture in a technological advanced stage of we can say markets, especially blockchain technologies. Why I do like to give here a blockchain technology is today there are two type of currencies are that. As we know that there are physical currency that we are holding it as of now the currency of a country, a rupee, or a digital currency which is a digital form of a currency which is created out of digital platforms. Or another word, it can be also called a decentralized currencies. But the physical currency is a centralized currency. What is this centralized currency means? The centralized currency, there would be a lot of intermediaries. For example, our currency rupee has an intermediary of Reserve Bank of India. Is a sole authority of issuing currency, controlling currency, all the activities. So there is an intermediary. There are banking system, banking associations will be automatically taking into as an intermediaries. But digital currency is a decentralized currency where there is no intermediary comes into picture. And thereby there is no regulations. It will automatically play the game. The price of the digital currency will depends upon the supply and demand. So that is what the change which happened in the present day scenario. The currency concept itself is moved from the physical to digital. Now, I will come back to the other concepts to give you what is the meaning of non-fungible token is. The technological advancement has moved in terms of the market, in terms of all your activities called the blockchain technology. This blockchain technology is added to the creation of digital currencies. So you have the list of different digital currencies in the market. Like say, for example, you have Bitcoins, you have a Ethereum, you have a Binance coin, you have a Dogecoin, you have a Ripples. all these coins are derived out of the blockchain technologies. So what is the significance of this blockchain technology is, it is a technology which a transparent ledger system for compiling the data, or the data are being stored in blocks which would be safer and it would be unique in nature. Nobody can store data, or nobody can, we can say nobody can steal the data. Nobody can, we can say, replace the data, because it will give authentications. So the blockchain technology is bringing a technology in terms of transaction in the digital world, where you have giving an authenticity, or we can say it gives a sense of, we can say it will give you the picture of, we can say it is a clarity. And moreover, there will not be any sort of hacking, or there will not be any sort of cheating would happen in the market. That is why the significance of the blockchain technology has come into. So I need to talk this blockchain technology, because when we discuss about the non-fungible token, it is a creation of the advancement of the technology in blockchain technologies. So that I will come back to later. So I just wanted to give you an idea, what do you mean by non-fungible token? Non-fungible token is nothing but, it is a simple certification, or it is a platform which is created basically to creation of your, or your assets into a digital platforms, or it is a creation of a token. A token is nothing but an identification. Token is nothing but a certifications. Now, I wanted to do a business in the digital platform, means I need to have an identification. So the tokenization is nothing but a concept which is called a minting. The minting process through which I would identify the uniqueness of a particular product or a service in the digital world. And therefore, non-fungible token is nothing but a token is identified to goods and services, basically for the purpose of creating a unique identity, so that it will identify to know who is the owner of the product, who is the creator of the product, or who is the real owner as of now on a particular date, because the transactions are happening in the blockchain technology. Since the blockchain technology is a peer-to-peer transaction, or a peer-to-peer related network system, every participants in the system will have an opportunity to validate each and every transactions. Thereby, it will be known to each and every individual in the blockchain network. And that transaction is happened and it is been validated, automatically it gets its authenticity. So it is not the transaction which is happening in the blockchain technology without any validation from others. Thereby, it gives its authenticity. So therefore, if there is no question of dishonesty will not come into the picture. And that is the reason why non-fungible token is nothing but, it is a market I am creating for a certification of goods or services in the blockchain technology, so that to authenticate the ownership of a product, as well as it is to give the identification of the who is the owner of the product. That is why non-fungible token got very good significance in the market. Now, non-fungible tokens, what are the goods we can transfer or deal with? As of now, it is a changing scenario. As the technology changes, different products can come into the non-fungible token list. Now, today, if you take it, the non-fungible token is coming into the picture, the market with art, market for music, market for videos, market for a sports car, and all these have been evolved into the non-fungible token. Now, what is basically here idea is, I am creating my products or my services into a particular identity by creating a certification in the digital world. And in the digital world, I create a market for my products. and there will be a lot of buyers and sellers will be ready to buy my product. Say, for example, I am an artist. So if I am an artist, what happened is when I am an artist, I need to do my artwork and I need to sell that my art. Suppose if I am selling my artwork and I'm creating an artwork, instead of selling in the physical world, I can convert this artwork into the non-fungible tokens. I can convert it into a blockchain technology platforms, whereby I can create a uniqueness of my product. When I create a unique non-fungible token for my artwork, what I am getting is it will identify that I am the owner of a, or I am the creator of a particular artwork. So when I am the creator of an artwork, nobody can duplicate it. Whereas in the physical world, what happened is that sometimes, even if you are a creator of a particular artwork, somebody else can duplicate it and then claim that they are the owner. But in the digital world, it will not be possible. Secondly, the owner of an artwork will be getting a certain portion of any sales or a transaction happens against the particular artwork. He will be getting a benefit or 5% or 2% as per the contractual understanding with the digital platform. So therefore, he will be getting a longer durations his benefit of his artwork. So in other words, he can sell his artwork to somebody else and gain money, or whenever somebody else buy or sell their artwork, you would also, the original owner will be getting a certain portion of a benefit to the particular artwork you have created in the token form or in the non-fungible tokens. So this is what the one of the area in which the market is being very boom. For this, I will give an example why, if you wanted to understand, because here I am going to give you a picture of an artwork which has crossed the price in the digital world. It comes into 500 crores. This artwork is known by Beeple Art, which has been sold in the digital platform for, we can say, Indian rupee 500 crores rupees. So that is what the demand in the market. So therefore, there are different things can come in. So as I mentioned about the various areas of the digital world where the non-fungible tokens can play the role. It can play the role in terms of selling musics, selling videos, selling sports cards, or if you wanted to get a, I wanted to have any other products to be entered into the non-fungible token, I can do it. How it is been done is with the help of a blockchain technology and the digital currencies like Ethereum or any other currencies, whichever provided by the particular platforms. So this is what the different areas of the non-fungible tokens. Now, another examples, you can create a tweet for a non-fungible token. For example, here I am showing a tweet of a Jack, who is the owner of a Twitter. It is the first tweet made by him, which has been sold in the digital market for around 7 crores rupees. So this is what the market is all about. So anything you feel that valuable, then you may ask me a question, why people sell or why people buy such kind of things? Then I will give you an example. In 1975 to 80s, in the United States, people were purchasing pet rock. What is this pet rock stands for? It is a Mexican stone, a black color stone, which was considered as a pet and kept in a pet box, and people used to keep it. So each and every pet rock was sold in the market in the United States during period of 75 to 80 period, and each of the pet rocks was sold for $4. So the craze for the people started to store this. So today the people may look it differently. So that different time period, there is a change in the market. people give preference to certain things. Today in the digital world, a lot of things are happening and also a lot of transactions are happening. Therefore, today we find a new techniques of doing business, especially in the form of a non-fungible token or in the blockchain technologies. Okay, so that is the reason why these type of products are being sold in the markets. Now, I've given you some of the examples of artwork in terms of the sports card, in terms of the sketches, or in terms of the videos of, or in terms of tweet. And why people goes for a NFT is basically it is indivisibility. It is a virtual assets. It is transparent and it is collectible and it gives you authenticity. So these are the things which may not be happening in the physical world. Physical world, you may not find a rarity, you may not find the indivisibility, you may not find the virtual assets. So therefore, certain advantages which are making the people to go for a non-fungible tokens. Now, what is the technology behind this? It is usually a technology called Ethereum. And ERC 721, ERC 1155 standard is followed in terms of the non-fungible tokens. And one of the very important non-fungible token is CryptoPunks. Most of you might have heard of it. These are all sketches which have been sold in the digital world with crores and crores of rupees. People buy and sell. So how people buy and sell is there are different platforms have been created for the non-fungible tokens. These platforms where you can be a member, whereby you can create your own non-fungible tokens, your own artwork, your own videos, your own musics, your own the sports cap highlights. You create your own highlights or anything of that nature, and you can create, or as I said earlier, you can mint, or you can say, you can call it as a tokenize your particular work. And once you do the tokenization of your particular work, it is you are going to be the owner and nobody else can take it. And you can sell your tokens to somebody else for a price. Suppose if you want to make money, you can sell it. And you can wait for selling, depends upon the market demand and supply. Because in that marketplace of NFT, where are different platforms, there are large number of buyers and sellers which are ready to buy different artwork or different music or different videos or different whatever it may be. I can tell anything which can be sold in the form of a non-fungible tokens. So therefore, these CryptoPunks are basically the sketch or the artwork which have been created by somebody, which is being tokenized in the non-fungible token in the blockchain technology, and it is being left in the crypto market where the people can buy and sell. It is continuously people are buying and selling. There are people who would be entering into the crypto market and buy and sell all these things. Okay, so I am going to give you what is the platform where the people can go and trade in the crypto non-fungible tokens. It is called by name OpenSea. It is a platform where you can go and become a member. And after becoming a member, you need to create your crypto wallets, especially Ethereum wallets. And once you do that, you can create, you can mint, or you can say that you can tokenize your own artwork, or you can tokenize your videos, musics, and everything. And once you do that, you can sell it also, or you can buy from the market also. So therefore, this is an OpenSea is a platform where the non-fungible token market can be placed. Now I'm going to give you another best important non-fungible token is Sorare. What is this Sorare stands for is, you know, there is a soccer is a very famous game in the European world. And the soccer is people are so crazy. So what the people do is they will create the soccer images or soccer highlights or soccer moments and create a particular soccer players' images or a movement into a particular platform called the non-fungible token, and whereby they create a value for it. So once you create that, you have an options. Once you create that, this is considered to be a game. You can play the game, you can create your team, you can create a game of a football or a soccer can be played under the Sorare platforms. So there are people who are very crazy about the gaming, especially in terms of soccer gaming. They would enter into this platform and they will, the gaming activities they will enter into. And for this, it is a non-fungible token. A person who has created a particular images or a moments or a particular game, he would automatically get benefit out of it. And the people who buy and sell, they will also enter into a market. There is a gaming activities can be this. So this is a platform where a non-fungible token is being applied. Then I'm going to give you another Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is another platform where the gamings can be taken into considerations, where different types of games, where other than the soccer games, the people can enter into, and so it is also a non-fungible tokens. Okay. Then NBA top shots and highlights. NBA top shots and highlights. We know that NBA game, especially basketball game, is very popular in the United States. In the United States, these people are crazy for NBA moments. So the various top shots or moments or highlights have been taken and created a non-fungible token, and it is being traded in a particular platform. And that is considered to be as a particular product. And people will enter into and buy it and sell it and automatically. So this is another platforms. Then Decentraland is another platform where you have the ability to buy land, or you are entering into a non-fungible token in terms of space. So this is a platform where you are in the, we can say it is a platform where the non-fungible token in terms of real estate. Then how can you create and sell the non-fungible tokens? Non-fungible tokens can be created by connecting to your Ethereum wallet to the OpenSea. OpenSea is a platform where you can be a member. Once you be a member, you can create Ethereum wallets there and create OpenSea collections. You can create, set up an OpenSea collections, pick correct blockchain technology, begin minting the NFTs. As I told you earlier, minting is nothing but you are converting your physical asset into a digital asset by a particular certification or tokenizations. So that is what you are doing. Why are you doing that? Is basically to create identity, or you are considering once you digitalize, it cannot be duplicated, or in other words, we can say it is a process by which you are going to create authenticity. Nobody else can duplicate it. So thereby you are creating a minting process. And once you create a minting process, you can sell the process, sell that particular NFTs. So therefore, the process involved in creating sell NFT is to enter into a particular platform where OpenSea, where you have can buy and sell, or you have in India also we have various platforms where we can sell the blockchain products. So therefore, similarly, you have to create an account first. Then you need to select the Ethereum wallets. Most of the transactions happens of NFTs are under the Ethereum currency, because the Ethereum has developed a new technology by which the non-fungibility tokenization is possible. And that is the reason why Ethereum is getting more demand in the market. Earlier, you must be hearing about the Bitcoins. Bitcoin is a different other currency which may not be applicable in a non-fungible token buying and selling. But the currency which is applicable, digital currency applicability is applied in the Ethereum, because Ethereum technology has enhanced a new technology is enhanced whereby you can convert the physical asset into a digital asset by tokenization concepts, and it is connected to the particular digital currency that is called Ethereum. So that is the reason why Ethereum is very, very significant here. So the next thing I would like to give you some of the recent trends which happened in the NFT world. Lamborghini is a famous sports cars which are going to enter into NFT market. Pablo Picasso is going to enter into the NFT space. Hindustan Times, Indian newspaper giant, is going to enter into NFT to describe Indian history. Walmart is already in the metaverse. One of the famous personalities in terms of the NFT, and he's going to start NFT restaurants in the New York City. There is almost most of you must have heard of a song, Bachan Ka Pyar, which also has been put into the particular moment of that song in the NFT collections. It is being sold in the or purchased and sold in the NFT market. YouTube plans to enter into NFT. Reddit also been entered into, and Twitter also. And the latest one is Amitabh Bachchan launches his autograph of vintage posters. So you can imagine what is the market which is going to happen. The market is changing. New things are going to come into the market. New technologies are going to come in, and it would automatically take the non-fungible token into a big market boom. Now, we cannot predict how these non-fungible tokens will be a success in the future, or which will be an ideal boom only as of now, because it is automatically, it is going to change the technology. As the technology changes, more and more products and services will enter into non-fungible tokens, whereby this technology of a non-fungible token as well as blockchain technology will enhance the digital markets. And definitely, it will be going to be a major boost in terms of business in the near future. Now, I will give you an example. What is the value of a business which have been in the NFT transactions? In 2018, 159 millions. 2019, it's come down to 63 millions. Probably the technology may not be adaptable. It was in 2018, probably it must have been started with the cryptos, that is crypto punks, as well as we have got crypto kitties, all those things. But later in 2020, you have seen a lot of changes, especially in the art world. You have seen it has been increased. The volume of business has been increased. And in 2021, it has increased to the peak state. And more of products have been entering into the crypto markets. So thereby, it will give more visibility, and more people are entering into that transaction world. Now, I would like to give you some idea about the information about how we get the market is. And one more things I would like to give you is how safe is NFT? It is 100% safe because it is under the blockchain technology. How the blockchain technology functions is, it is something we can call it as it is a peer-to-peer transactions, and or it is, we can say that a validation is required. Therefore, the 100% safety is a guarantee. And all NFTs are stored in a blockchain wallets. Therefore, it will be much more safer. But I would give you an examples of where, in the case where there is a cryptocurrency has had a setbacks. So that is, for example, you have a Nifty. In fact, somebody hacked a Nifty, and they have collected all the artwork is been stolen, but immediately they could able to restore it back. because it is a digital platform and it is in a tokenized form. So that is what the safety involved in the crypto world. Okay. Now the scope of NFT in the near future. I would like to give some idea about what the near future is going to be. The near future, you would see that technology changes will be much more because the advent of the 5G of internet plus augmented realities plus virtual realities. Most of you must be knowing the concept of virtual realities. Virtual reality is a reality of keeping a certain the cameras or the cameras on your equipment with your eyes. You can experience the real world. That is a virtual reality. But augmented reality is the applications of basic equipment itself will give you the real world experience. Say, for example, I wanted to take class in a real classroom environment, sitting at home. I can create by augmented reality of a classroom environment. And therefore, it looks similar. The receiver as well as the giver will have the same experience. So the technology when increases, when the augmented reality as well as the virtual reality with the speed of network is increasing, you would definitely find this NFT digital market would increase to a very higher dimensions, especially into the educational sectors, real estate sectors, luxury goods sectors, manufacturing companies, NFT accessories, NFT domain names, NFT Desi sports, NFT infrastructure developments. This will take within short time because the technology is going to change. When the technology goes to changing, definitely more and more products will be entering into the NFT markets. And it will give the authentications, it will give the guarantee, it will give the more value for the customers. And where the third party interventions can be get rid of. So that is what basically the concepts in the economy which we play. So as the technology moves on, you would find a more and more of the NFT markets, NFT platforms, NFT goods, NFT projects, and all this will create in the near future people a new dimensions into the markets, and this will automatically help you in terms of understanding about the NFT markets. I hope you have some idea about the NFT markets and how the NFT is working functionings. And I am open to now for your questions. Any questions you can put forward now.
Wonderful and excellent learning session, sir. I must say it was a great learning session for the audience of the evening, as well as even I have learned a great new points. So, students, now we'll go ahead for the questions. Please drop your questions to the chat box. We'll take it from there. So we have got a first question. Where is the NFT stored? From Anjali.
Yes, NFT is always stored in a blockchain blocks. In other words, we can say NFT is stored in a blockchain platform and it would be safer and nobody can steal it or nobody can hack it because it will get a unique ID and nobody can replace it because that ID, nobody can add to that. And basically, whenever an NFT is being created, it would have a metadata. Metadata will be nothing but it will give you the picture about the data which is related to a particular NFT. That means who is the owner of that NFT, what is the dimension of the NFT, and when it is been made, how it is been created. All those details will be clearly in the metadata form. So it will not be easy for anybody to hack, or it will be not easy for anybody to steal this particular NFTs. So I have created means I am the owner. If I sold to somebody else means the person who purchased, he will be the owner. So automatically the NFT is a one which will give a market, which will give a trustworthy business transactions. There is no question of a cheating, or there is no question of dishonesty will not come into picture. I hope you understand. I hope you understand by the questions, answers.
So next question we have from Sarthak Sharma. A
Yeah.
very good evening, sir. He has wished you, and he says, sir, I know it's a very dynamic field, but what are the challenges that this will be a future and just one another fad?
Yes, it would be the future, because as the technology, as I said, it is changing. As I told you, the technological change in the near future, the internet bandwidth will increase when the 5G is entering into the market. Plus, when the 5G goes into the market will be boom with the augmented reality as well as the virtual reality. So once the augmented reality is the real nomenclature, automatically you would think that digital market will be the booming sessions. And today also most of the people who are already playing or doing a transactions in the digital world are experiencing, or in other word we can say, they are having a good time in their business world. So therefore, as the near future goes on, the technology changes, the technology will give more adaptations. As I told you in the earlier, basically there are more and more products will be added, more and more service will be added into non-fungible tokens. So therefore, more and more platforms will come into, and thereby more and more transactions will come into. So the only thing is, the advantage here it is the people can do business with the honest manner, and they can do without any much difficulties. In other words, a shrewd businessman who is doing business of buying and selling, he can do it without much difficulties. And moreover, it is concerned with with the digital currency. There is no problem in terms of getting the receipts or a payment. All those things will not, bad debts, all those questions will never arise. That is the reason why this technology will be the future of the world.
Sarthak, I hope you have cleared your doubts. So we'll go for the another question. Who can use NFT?
Yes, anybody can
From
use NFT.
Namrata.
Yes, it's a very good question. In fact, anybody can create NFT. Only thing is that if you are a creator of the NFT, you need to register with NFT platforms. And once you register with the NFT platform, you have to register your artwork or whatever you are going to register with that platforms. And the platform will accept only when it understands that it is a unique, it is not a duplicate. So platform will accept and give a tokenizations. Platform will not give tokenization unless and until that platform clearly, that technology will clearly understand that it is a unique one. Suppose if I am replicating something already which is there and go to the non-fungible tokens, it will never accept it. It will say it cannot be a non-fungible token. Minting process will not happen. So the reason why which the minting has to happen, it should be unique. Once it is unique, there is no problem. It can automatically, you can register it as a separate unique product, as a non-fungible token, and you can keep it as it yourself, or if you wanted, you can sell it also. So therefore, you can gain out of it. I hope you understand.
Hopefully, sir. We have another question. We know it's a dynamic field, but what are the challenges that this will be a confirmed future? From Mr. Sheshachalam.
Yes, it is a definitely it's going to be play a bigger role. As long as the technology changes, non-fungible tokens will continue to emerge into new areas of the market. Especially when you have, as I mentioned, in the education sector, this non-fungible token will take up a bigger leverage, especially when in terms of giving a certifications to the particular codes, the programs. Non-fungible tokens will give authenticities. Duplication of certifications will not happen. So therefore, the usage of this technology it will be going to be a wider prospects in the near future as the technology changes. As you know that today we have a new NEP programs, that is national education programs, has been changed into what basically there the certification is digitalized certification is going to come in the future. So how that government is going to do digitalized certification is basically in the framework of the blockchain technology only. So therefore, what I am trying to give you an idea is definitely this technology will leverage in the near future, and every now and then the technology is changing, and the speed in which the technology is changing, more and more products will be added into the non-fungible token, and more platforms will be created, more and more business transactions will be happening, and it would be a day when we will see that it would be a reality rather than a physical assets.
Thank you, sir. I hope Mr. Sheshachalam's doubt is cleared. So we'll go with the next question. This question is from Umlesh. I just need an prediction of cryptocurrency when the tax is 30% and how we as students can invest in NFTs.
Exactly. There is a recent budget. The government has introduced a tax for the transaction with the cryptocurrencies. Now, most probably, government has introduced the taxations basically to control the large number of the physical currency is converted into digital currencies, and more of business transactions evolved in the digital world. Now, as far as the government point of view, when they wanted to collect tax, automatically it has to happen only in the platform of a physical transactions. They were not able to collect tax from the digital transactions. So to get knowing this as scope for collection of tax, probably the government must have introduced a 30% tax. But nevertheless, the question of a collection of tax is under again a disputable questions. The government has not come out with a clear-cut guidelines regarding the taxations, and because it is involving a lot of complexities, because it is a digital transactions are not the localized business. It is a transaction usually which happen throughout the world. So therefore, it is a transaction which is happening in, you can say in the digital platform is a open transactions. We cannot consider the transactions as a localized transactions. So the government itself is not clear with exactly how the taxations can be brought in terms of the digital currency. And definitely the rate of tax, everything will be changed and it will be brought down, because it automatically it will create a more ripple in the markets. The government also will realize that, because they have not framed out the guidelines. There are a lot of guidelines are required, and the finance ministry is yet to clear the guidelines regarding the taxation of a digital currency transactions as well as digital world transactions. So therefore, once that comes only, we will be able to know how the taxations will be more effective. Actually, the governments wanted to source a particular source of income into taxation net, but it has not clearly given a guideline. So once the guidelines comes, only when we come to know what extent it will give impact to the digital transactions or digital asset buying and selling in the market. Unless and until we get the clear-cut picture, we will not be able to know it. So in the near future, I am sure the government cannot think about charging heavy taxations and keeping away from the digital transactions, because it is a future. Future is only on a digital currencies only. So even the central bank also is started for a creating a digital currency. The physical currency is converted into digital format. That is centralized digital currency. It is called a DeFi. That is, it will have a different concepts. But we are not talking about the decentralized digital currencies under the blockchain technologies. Okay.
So I can say that in the near future, we cannot predict how the market of NFT will change.
Yeah, we cannot predict. We cannot predict how it would be. As of now, 2022, as of today, it is a booming sessions, or it can be a bubble. But we never know what will happen in the near future because uncertainties are there. Uncertainty is definitely
Definitely,
there.
sir, definitely. So I
Yes.
hope Umlesh, sir, has answered your question and your doubt is clear. So we'll go with the next question. Is Bitcoin an NFT? By Deep Kumar.
Yes, pardon, make a pardon.
Is Bitcoin an NFT?
No, Bitcoin is a digital currency which has not evolved a technology of non-fungible tokens. Therefore, Bitcoin is not a digital currency which can deal with the non-fungible tokens. So non-fungible tokens can be dealt with only Ethereum or ETH. This currency, digital currency can be done. So the technology which has, as I told you earlier, that technology standard that comes out of Ethereum only, not from the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital currency which will not come under the non-fungible token platforms because it doesn't have the synchronization of a particular technologies in Bitcoins. But Bitcoin is a market, it's an asset which is purchased and sold in the digital world. But it is not coming into the picture of a digital, non-fungible tokens. Okay.
Deep, I hope your doubt is cleared. So we'll go with the next question. How NFT? How a student can invest in the NFT?
Students can invest in NFTs. So for example, a student is a he is a good in artistic work, or a student is good in creating a particular digital art or a digital logos, which if he is able to create it, he can create his ownership by minting or tokenizing particular artwork in the digital world. Automatically, there will be a demand for that. People may dare to buy your product, or you can wait for the demand to come in. So you would get the ownership, original ownership of a creation of a particular artwork. Of a student who is, suppose a student is very good in music, he create a new music album. What he can do, he can create a non-fungible token of that particular album and put it in the tokenized form in the non-fungible token. So automatically what happened, it will create a particular token identity for him. He is an owner. Nobody else will come in. So what happened, if you don't tokenize, anybody can steal your creation and claim benefit out of it. So this will be one of the things. If a student who is very good in, say for example, is very crazy about sports, he can create a sports moments, different sports moments. Say for example, crickets. You can create a particular moments of a particular sportsman, batsman, or a bowler, and take it as a particular image and create a non-fungible token. There will be buyers in the market. There are people are crazy about the sports. They will enter into the market and buy that particular non-fungible token. So he will get money out of it. So these are all the markets. These are all created. So everything which is not a physical things which we human being is aspiring. There are many things which are digital also people are aspiring. So like for example, when you use your, say for example, when you use your system, when you are using your computer, you wanted the highest technology, you wanted the most advanced technology to be supporting you. Why? Because it is a you are expecting that you need to have a work in that particular environment. So therefore, people will aspire for different things, and it will include the digital aspects rather than the physical aspect. Physical aspect is only a secondary thing. The digital aspect will come as the first primary things.
Um, Namrata, I hope your sir has cleared your doubt. So we go with the next. Dr. Prabhakar has the question: would an NFT successful in India?
Exactly, it can be successful in India. Why not? It is definitely successful in India, provided the government has to do not bring in lot of restrictions. If government did not bring in lot of restrictions, it would be successful. And it is this NFT is most successful in Southeast Asian countries and China and United States. The maximum market for NFC is taking place in Philippines. Around 30% of the NFT is being purchased and sold in Philippines, as well as in South Korea, as well as in China. And most of the NFT is developed or designed in US. So the market of that particular country is open. Government intervention is minimum, whereby the NFT is growing. And in fact, in India, believe it or not, Bangalore is a hotspot for the NFT transactions. Large number of buyers and sellers or transactions are happening in Bangalore, people who are dealing in NFTs. So therefore, don't underestimate that the NFT is something which is belongs to the outer other countries. No, in fact, the digital transactions are more in India. So therefore, it is going to be a more a reality of a certain period of time. And if government is not giving any restrictions, like penalizing in the form of a taxations, all those things. If otherwise, it will continue to increase the market.
Thank you, sir. In the same question, you have even answered B. Vasuki's question that NFT is a good investment.
Exactly. It can be investment, good investment, or can be a bad investment. It all depends upon what type of NFT you are going to create. Say, for example, if I am creating a unique artwork, and if there are demand for that particular artwork in the digital world market, I would be successful. Sometimes what happens, I have created an artwork and I created and it converted into a non-fungible token, but there is no demand for that particular artwork. Nobody is coming and buying, or nobody is inquiring about it. Then that particular NFT may not be as successful in the market. So it is a purely a demand and supply. You have to create your artwork, or you have to create your videos, or you have to create your games, you have to create your moment sports into a creativity way, and why which people attract it. Otherwise, it will not take it. So therefore, there is a need of an effort from the part of a creator also. If you create something unique, definitely there would be a great demand.
Thank you, sir. We have Sarthak again with a new question. NFT is dealing with a niche market, but it's on a global level. So it becomes hard for NFT creators to aim for a particular regional preferences. So what points should be considered before creating a successful NFT by creators?
The creators has to take into consideration basically how far the NFT created is unique in nature. First. Second thing is the creator should be of a sole creator. That is, he should not replicate anything from the which is already in the market. So therefore, he should make sure that this NFT which is going to create is a real need of the people. People are real need of it. Say, for example, as I'm telling you, NFT for restaurants, creation of NFT for a restaurant by, in New York City. So how it is going to be worked? In other words, you are creating a non-fungible tokens to go and visit a restaurant, have a meal in the restaurants or a food in the restaurants. So therefore, you are creating a non-fungible transactions or non-fungible token into a market, and thereby create a demand for that. So you should create anything of a non-fungible token. It should be of unique in nature. automatically there are different areas which I have given you an example in terms of certification of a particular course of education institution. If it is a non-fungible token, if you create, there is a demand in the market. If not so, there will not be any demand in the market. So therefore, it is up to the market to decide whether it is a demand and supply market only will help the NFT to be successful. Otherwise, NFT will not be creating any wave in the market.
So a great answer, and I hope all these students as well as professors who joined with us had a good learning session about the new topic. That also a very trending topic with us. So any student or anyone that we have a new question? Okay, so we have one question from Rishabh. How can we buy NFT and from which platform?
It depends upon the platforms varies for different tokens. Say for example, for a artwork, there is a separate platform. For a music, there is a separate platform. Audio, video games, there is a separate platforms. There is a for a sports cards, there are separate platforms. So what is required for you for that, there is a separate platform in there. So you need to enter into a particular platform where that particular NFT is being traded, and you become a member there, and you create the Ethereum wallets there. You have to create Ethereum wallets. Then once you create a Ethereum balance, you can buy or you can sell or you can create your own collections into a mintable form, or you can keep certain amount of assets in the form of a non-fungible token there. So it is varies from different platforms. It will not be a same platforms. There are certain platforms where all these things can be put together, but it is more of a specialized manner. Today it is moving. Non-fungible tokens goes in different line. As I told you, the decentralized land, it is a real estate. So it has got a separate platform. It will not be mixed with the artwork or anything like that. So therefore, each platform has got its own non-fungible token, and it will go. And nevertheless, any platform will go in terms of non-fungible token. The digital currency will be Ethereum only, because it is the one which is helping to do the transactions. No other digital currency can do it, because the technology lies with the Ethereum only.
Thank you, sir. We have one more question from B. Vasuki. How do I prove ownership of NFT?
The proof of ownership of NFT is very clearly given when you create an NFT and register it, and it gets a unique identity. It will be a certificates given immediately. A certificates will be given by the NFT platforms to the creator. So that certificates will give you detail about in a particular blockchain block. It will automatically safer, and it has been there. So in that particular block has got an identification number. So that number cannot be duplicated. So thereby it would be an identity. It would be a safer there. So whenever you create an NFT, it would be automatically stored in a particular blockchain block, and it will create automatically its own identity. That identity is given in the form of a certification to the owner. So as an owner, I would be taking that certificates, and I can claim that, I can say that I am the owner of that. So in a physical world, I can show that physical asset, but I don't need to show here. It is known to everybody who are working in the particular blockchain technology. Millions of people who are actively working in the blockchain technology will be knowing so-and-so is the owner of a particular NFT, because it is a blockchain technology functions with a peer-to-peer network. That is, everybody who is working in the blockchain technology will have access to what is happening in the blockchain. So everybody has to validate. That is why the ownership will be identified with that. That is the advantage. In the physical world, if I am holding a physical assets, only I must be knowing, only 2-3 people which are close to me knowing which I am the owner. Otherwise, nobody knows. I have to publish it or I have to advertise it. But in the blockchain technology, anything which you create in the form of a non-fungible token, identity is already visible. It is already been clearly mentioned in the metadata which is created when you are minting that particular non-fungible token. So metadata will show what is the identity. You cannot duplicate or you cannot steal it or you cannot replicate. And that is very, very definite. It cannot be changed.
So she has one more question. NFT, are NFTs protected by copyright lawyers?
Yes, exactly. It can be protected by copyright also. How the copyright would come in, as I told you, if I suppose I have created an artwork. Now, the owner of the artwork would be mentioned in the metadata. Even if that particular artwork is being purchased and sold by n number of times, and the holders is somebody else, as of now, every purchase or every sales which will yield certain percentage of return to the original creator of a particular artwork. So that means automatically the copyright benefit is automatically come to the owner. So therefore, it would definitely come into the picture. It will be more visible. Copyright will be more effective in the digital world of non-fungible token rather than the copyright which is applicable in the physical world.
Thank you, sir. So now I have a question. As I have got a good inputs about the NFT, so now even I want to go ahead and create the NFT of my role model. I hope I can do that.
Definitely, you can create. There's no problem into that. The only thing is you have to create, you need to create a particular artwork. And what NFT, which product which you are going or which service you are going to create NFT is you decide first. Then create a digitalized form. And you enter it into a particular platform, become a member there. Create a Ethereum wallet. And you try to mint or you try to tokenize your creation into a particular blockchain platforms. Once you do that, you will get an identity or you will get a certifications. So once you get a certification, there will be a people to buy. If you wanted to sell it, you can sell it. There will be people to buy and come and buy from you if you want to make money, or if you want to hold that particular digital work, you can keep it with you. It's up to you. So therefore, you can create it. There's nothing wrong in that. But only thing is that you should have the knowledge about how to do digital transactions.
Thank you so much, sir. Really a wonderful experience for all of us in the session.
Thank you.
I hope all of our audience has really enjoyed the session, as well as it was a great learning experience. For more connections, for more details, we have dropped the email ID of ours. Please connect to us, and we'll meet again tomorrow with the new speaker, Dr. Mridul, at the topic, what should an undergrad student know about Union Budget 2020-22 at the same time, 5 p.m.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.